What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here with Buy Low, Sell High, Week 5 edition. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. And if you guys have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. I respond to every single comment. So if you're looking for an edge over your fantasy league mates as far as information goes, Buy Low, Sell Highs, rankings, waiver wire every single week. All the info to keep you up to date in a concise format. And we also have that fantasy hotline, like I said, in the comments, where I can help you out with trades, start sits, anything like that. If you want to bring that championship home this year, it's that simple. All you need to do is hit that subscribe button to get that edge over your league mates and your family to bring home that championship, and that's what it's all about. Let's dive into our first buy low. So I know people are panicking on this guy. He was a buy low last week as well. I just think the price that you're going to be able to get for him in some leagues, I'm not going to pay, a high price. I view him as a back-end wide receiver 2, probably rest of season with upside. But I think you can get him for a wide receiver 3 price tag right now in a lot of leagues. If you're an RB-heavy team, I think you might be able to flip even a Michael Carter or DeMercado and be able to go out there and snag you a Ladd McConkey if you need wide receiver help. The targets haven't been phenomenal, but 9, 5, 7, 6, that's enough to get it done for a guy who's got explosive. He is an explosive playmaker. He also is a good route runner. He's in a good offense. I think Keenan will gradually slow down a little bit as the season goes on. I would still prefer Keenan to Ladd rest of season. But I think all three of these wide receivers would be very valuable for fantasy. So Ladd is still a buy to me. Next up, and this one I think it's going to be dependent on your league if people are willing to, sell low on this guy. But Derrick Henry, I think, is a buy right now. I expect his production to go up. I still think he's a good player. With Amar banged up, I think they're going to lean on Derrick Henry a lot. They're going to run the ball with him, probably 20 attempts a game, hopefully, unless the defense is, bad enough that they just don't have a choice. But I would go out there and see if you can't offer, a guy we're going to talk about in our sell high section, J.K. Dobbins. You might be able to turn J.K. Dobbins and a piece into Derrick Henry for your offense. And I think that's absolutely massive with where he profiles the rest of the season. I saw him as a top 12 running back. This next one isn't necessarily a super buy low. We talked about him last week as well. Cam Scatabo. Disappointed a little bit, I think, for people, only getting 12, but I'm not shaken off by that at all. 25 carries, 2 catches. Jackson Dart looked greatly improved for the offense overall, and the Chargers were a tough matchup. Now, he does have some tough matchups coming up with Philly, Denver, and Philly. His next 3 games after this New Orleans contest, but I think he's a good enough player to still be able to get it done in the passing game and some of those tough matchups for him on the ground. I think after that, San Francisco, Chicago, Green Bay, Detroit, New England, Washington, Minnesota, Vegas. I think he's going to have a good season, even though he has a tough schedule. I think he's a fantastic player. I think his workload is in a really nice situation. He's going to be the focal point of that offense, and I'm not really worried about Tyrone Tracy coming back. Now, one other guy I'll throw out, just an honorable mention. Go out there and check on people who have George Kittle. If they're 1-3, 0-4 in your league, go out there and snag George Kittle on the cheap. He's only going to miss one more week, and then you got a difference maker at the tight end position. Next guy, so this is sell high. DK Metcalf. He's not somebody I have to move, but he's on a buy right now. He's coming off a monster game, only 5 targets, but turned that into an 80-yard touchdown. Had a fantastic day. I would just go out there and see if I can't turn DK Metcalf in a piece into a Mecca Ikbuka or a young playmaker like that people might have not bought into. I probably wouldn't do this deal straight up, but even another guy, he's about to be a sell high as well, Quentin Johnston. I think if I could turn DK Metcalf into Quentin Johnston, I would probably rather have Quentin Johnston the rest of season. And those are both sell high players, but that's where I feel on DK Metcalf. He's just not getting enough targets for me to be super satisfied with it. I think he's going to have some good games, going to have some misses for sure. And yeah, he's not going to bomb your roster, but I would just see if I can't turn, a DK Metcalf into a stud playmaker at the wide receiver or running back position. Let me pull up some names here as well just to give you guys some ideas of some players I think you may be able to trade DK Metcalf for that I like rest of season above him. Just pulling these rankings up right now, guys. Just bear with me for 1 second. We are almost there already. I know it was quick. Okay. I don't think this is going to happen in many leagues, but with the injury, if you are a good record and you could trade DK for CeeDee Lamb, I would absolutely do that. If I could turn him and another player to Devontae Adams, I would definitely do that. If I could trade DK Metcalf for Roma Dunze, I would do that. If I could get him for Cortland Sutton, I would try to make something happen along those lines. So there's a lot of opportunity there to upgrade into some receivers. And I really like doing a 2-for-1 trade because it opens up another roster spot in your team. You get to add a player, and it really helps out when you think about trades, especially when you're getting the best player in the deal. Next up on our sell high list, he's a wide receiver 18 right now, coming off a 3-touchdown day. Where's that game log? Right here. 3-touchdown day, 8 targets, season high for him as well. His snaps are great. I played him in this 3-touchdown game in the league. Helped me out a lot. But yeah, he's out there for a lot of snaps. He's not really an explosive playmaker, though. He's a trusted member of the offense, but I think he's going to consistently probably be the 2 on most weekly basis compared, and that number 1 guy will rotate. Some weeks it will be him. But yeah, see if you can't sell this guy and just get a solid piece for your team. I think about if I could turn Romeo Dobbs and someone into Ladd McConkey, that's a great one. If I could turn Romeo Dobbs into Keenan Allen potentially, I would do that as well. Even a Jordan Addison, I think, will probably be better rest of season, although their quarterback situation isn't the best there in Minnesota for everyone not named Justin Jefferson, excuse me. All right, Quentin Johnson, he is a sell high. I will say I think I view him as a top 15 receiver probably rest of season with his current workload, target share, things of that nature, how much Justin Herbert and them have been throwing the ball. You see this type of workload. I would just see, though, if I can't turn him into a CeeDee Lamb, Drake London, a Jackson Smith-Njigba. I think that's a really good one. If there's a way I could turn Quentin Johnson and maybe a small running back piece into JSN, absolutely love that for my roster rest of season. Even maybe a Nico Collins. Maybe some people are a little bit disappointed. Try to turn a really good player who's outperformed so far this season into an elite playmaker that can be a difference maker for your team moving forward. Okay, let's talk our next sell high. We talked about him last week. We said wait one more week because he's going to ball this week because he played Cincinnati. J.K. Dobbins, RB14, averaging 13.7 a game. RJ Harvey looked good in this last week. 100 yards on the ground, 11 points. He just didn't have a touchdown. I'd still go out there and see if I couldn't sell high, though, on him as basically an RB1. Let me give you some running back names I would try to get into right now. This one's a little tumultuous, but let's say some more injury news comes out. If I could get him, if I could turn a J.K. Dobbins and a wide receiver piece into a Bucky Irving, if I could get him into even, I'd throw Kenneth Walker in there, a Cam Scatabo. There was another name I had that Kyron Williams. He's a great example. If I could turn him into Kyron Williams, I think even J.K. Dobbins, if I could go out there and get Judkins, that's another name I would try to make that deal. But those are just some guys that I would be looking and interested in acquiring. And it's not that I hate J.K. I think he's got a pretty solid role for fantasy. I just view him more as an RB2 rest of season, and he's currently profiling as an RB1. So try to see if you can't seize the opportunity and get a really good deal for him off of that hype so far. If you guys have made to this point in the video, please, please, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. And like I mentioned earlier, if you have any questions or comments, just drop them in the comment section down below, and I'll respond as always. This has been Fantasy Joe. Thank you guys so much for watching.